Welcome back to today's anatomy question. Hello, Mary Richards.
Hello, Lizzie Lasater.
So this is the website to go to, www.experientialanatomy.yoga, to join our yoga anatomy enthusiasts club. So you are the ringleader of the club, Mary. So today we are back with our Essential Alignment series. This is 30 short videos that are based on Mama's book, 30 Essential Yoga Poses. So I'll put the link for you below in the YouTube description. Today we are at pose number 14, which is called, in English, lunge. But help us say the Sanskrit, Mary.
Anjani Asana.
Anjani Asana. Okay, that's a tough one for me. I actually have almost never heard that, I guess because it's so easy to just say lunge.
Yeah, it's Anjani Asana. And I love this pose. It's an awesome stretch for the psoas.
Mm-hmm.
The way many people practice it, though, they can't get past the quad burn in the front leg.
Yeah.
But I like to teach it in a way that really emphasizes the back leg. What I've learned over the years, the decades actually, geez Louise, is that we tend to underutilize the back leg in our standing asana. And Anjani Asana is a prime example of that because it's really easy to kind of overload that front leg.
Mm-hmm.
You see it, and it seems to be working the most, but really the back leg needs to work more. And the more we work the back leg, the better the psoas stretch.
All right, so remind us anatomically, what are the key muscle actors in the play of Anjani Asana?
Okay, so in the front leg, so it's really there are a couple of things, different things happening. The front side is working differently than the back side.
Sorry to interrupt you. Let's focus on the back leg because we just want to narrow in.
So the back leg, we're using the glutes and the hamstrings as hip extensors.
Mm-hmm.
And we really need to then take that opportunity to stretch the hip flexors on the front of the hip. And in my opinion, that's one of the primary benefits of Anjani Asana, is the stretch for the hip flexors on the front leg. It's a great prep pose for back extensions.
So remind us, what are some of the names of the hip flexors? What would these muscles be called, this group?
Psoas, the iliopsoas. So your iliacus and your psoas. The rectus femoris is another big one. It's a great stretch for your tensor fascia lata as well. And the way that we can really get into those muscles is by how we position the back leg.
Okay. Your excitement is contagious. I'm going to...
No, I love this pose, and I particularly love this pose because, you know, I've had a hip replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And my right hip is only 2 years old, and it feels so good. I had an anterior approach, so the surgeon slipped right in between my rec fem and my TFL.
Right.
And I get sticky there. And so I love this pose. It's really helping me, you know, reestablish my range of motion and the like. It just feels so good.
Okay, let me do a little camera juggling here. I'm going to pause this camera and turn on my Mac camera. Hello.
I have to take a picture of Penelope because she has her paw on the keyboard, which I think is hilarious. I apologize for any weird glitches that may occur because the camera is driving the computer.
So, Mary, I like to practice this pose with blocks under my hands. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. And I encourage folks to use blocks because one thing we don't want to do is force the hip flexion or the extension on the back hip. See, we don't want to trap the labrum, which is a connected tissue structure in the hip that I talk a lot, that Judith and I both talk a lot about in the course in experientialanatomy.yoga. So it's nice to use blocks to bring the earth up to you to take pressure, compression out of the front of the hip. I think we're actually doing too much compression for our hips, but that's perhaps a conversation for another time.
Okay, I will assume the position.
Okay. Okay, so right now, Lizzie, it looks to me that you're hanging down a bit in your left hip. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to really push down through your right heel and kind of pull up into that right sitting bone.
Mm-hmm.
And now take a little bit more weight onto the little toe side of your back foot, your left foot, and turn the thigh bone inward.
Uh-huh.
And press out through that back heel. Really push strongly through the heel.
Ooh.
Yeah. Where do you feel that?
All through this front gate.
Yes, yes. That helps with hiker thighs, let me tell you. And now if you actually push the fullness of your pelvis down into the space between the legs, feel how that turns up the volume a bit?
I just started sweating.
Yeah, there you go. Say hello to your iliopsoas.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to switch to the second side.
Okay. So that internal rotation in the back leg really helps change the sensation in the pose in such a way that it gets into the front of that back hip. And it's such a healthy stretch for the hip flexors.
Wow, it's very intense, but it's kind of it feels very deep.
Yeah, and if you take your leg out, you know, if you play with the position of the leg, take it a little farther out to the right, just see how that changes things.
Yeah.
So those adjustments really help.
You are an exquisitely precise torturer, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, let me come say goodbye. Oh, so I hope everyone at home is going to try that in their own body. That's the whole point of this whole experiment, this series of videos. That's why it's called experiential anatomy, that you actually taste the spinach. Let us know how it feels. Leave a comment. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would be very grateful. And don't forget to go to this website, www.experientialanatomy.yoga, and jump on our email list if you'd like to get notified when enrollment opens for our next course. So Mary, as always, a pleasure working with you.
Likewise, Lizzie.
Tell us where we can find you online.
At maryrichardsyoga.com. On Facebook at A Little Yoga Goes a Long Way, and on Instagram at Yoga with Mary Richards.
All right, and I'm Lizzie Lasater everywhere.com, Instagram, Facebook. I'm going to say namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.